Hey everybody, and welcome to the next game that I'm going to play, which is Star Wars Rogue Squadron 2 Rogue Leader. My favorite Star Wars game of all time. I know some of you might think that it's Battlefront that is my favorite Star Wars game of all time, but that is not true, though I really like that game. My favorite game of all time is Star Wars Rogue Squadron 2. This gives me that Star Wars feeling that I need, that some games actually do fail to emulate, but this game actually really succeeds in having all the important battles, the music, which unfortunately I have on a very low volume because of the copyright issue, of course, that there is. But I am such a huge fan of this game, and it's such a delight to play this again after so many years.
Of
course, the whole world is blowing up now with Star Wars, and I am just loving it. It is difficult for me because I have not seen the movie yet. I'm going Wednesday, so again, as I've said before, I am not reading any of the comments. But I am appreciating any supports with likes and comments that I will read afterwards and that sort of stuff. But in the past, it has happened before that, for example, with Fallout 4 and stuff, people have spoiled the ending on videos that had nothing to do with Fallout 4. So that is why I just refuse to watch any sort of comment for now. But you know, I would be very curious to what you guys' favorite Star Wars game is, etc., etc. Of course. You know, I cannot wait for the movie. Everybody's doing Star Wars Let's Plays. I started a Let's Play, of course, pretty recently, but I got so hyped into the whole Star Wars thing. I had to do this, man. I had to freaking play this. I'm going to talk over this thing, of course, because of the music, though it's also very low volume. But man. So let me just talk a little bit more why I like this game so much. Back on Nintendo 64, you had, of course, the first Rogue Squadron, and I didn't own it. I rented it a lot at a rental place, and that was really cool. But again, Nintendo 64's power wasn't capable of conveying that true feeling, you know. I owned Shadows of the Empire, which was very cool because you could do the Battle of Hoth, and you had the 3D spinning around the legs of the AT-ATs, which did give me sort of that feeling. And in that game, I already liked the flying levels the most. And to me, you know, Star Wars, an essential thing of Star Wars are the space battles or the sky battles, you know. That's also one of the reasons why, for example, Attack of the Clones is my least favorite movie, because these sky battles are so weak there. You know, you have the thing where Jango chases Obi-Wan through the asteroid field, but it's such a I don't know, non-exciting chase, because of course you know Obi-Wan is going to survive because he's in the old movies. But you know, I would say that in Episode 3 the space battle is very cool, but my favorite space battle of all time by far is the Battle of Endor. Oh my god, how I love that battle. I watched the movies again.
All wings report in.
To
Red 10 standing by.
prepare.
Red 7 standing by. Red 3 standing by. Red 6 standing by. Red 9 standing by. Red 2 standing by. Red 11 standing by.
Red 5 standing by. Lock as falls in attack position. Oh, I love it. I've seen all the movies again recently, so it's all stuck in my brain. And God, I do like the old movies way more than the prequels, I have to say. Though I am not one of the people who hates the prequels. Just
Watch
Attack
yourself.
of the Clones
There's a lot of
is
fire
very,
coming from the right side of that deflection
very
tower.
tiring for me to
I copy, Red Leader.
see because of that bullshit
got to
romance
destroy
plot
those
with
deflection
Anakin
towers.
and Padme. Where it's like, I'm
Red
haunted
Leader, we've
by the
got you
kiss.
covered.
It shouldn't be a
I'm going
kiss,
after the
or
towers.
it's turning
Cover
into a
me.
scar, or whatever the fuck he's saying. Here we go. Now, since it's an emulator, sometimes the sound might stutter a bit, but I don't think it is to the point to where it
Big
will
switch. Follow me.
ruin the experience. I do have to say that before, the game actually crashed when I needed to blow up the Death Star. Or, like, oh god, I completed the level, but
Great shot, Luke.
on that cutscene it kept crashing. Now, last time I played, it didn't. Just a word of warning, if the recording suddenly just skips that part, you know why. I just hope it...
Great shot.
Now, you can
More to
also...
go.
play this with first person, but as I said before,
One more to go.
the first game was on Nintendo 64, and the jump from with graphics from Nintendo 64 to GameCube were so huge that for the very first time,
This is Base 1.
Oh.
Keep half your group out of range for the next run.
it felt like being in a Star Wars
Squad
game.
leaders, we've picked up a new group of signals. Enemy fighters coming your way.
Oh, that sound. It's also way better than Rogue Squadron 3 Rebel Strike. It came out pretty recently afterwards, and you know, the creators
Follow me.
kind of felt a little lost there
Help me
to
with
what
those
to
fighters.
do.
Hold on, Luke. I'm on my way.
So instead of flying levels, they have like ground levels, which are very disappointing. Not all of them. Oh. Okay. I will do the trench run in first person. But again, it really shows too how disappointing the new Battlefront is, to where, you know, the action in Rogue Squadron 2 is very arcadey, you know? It's like, you know, shoot the tower, shoot the TIE fighters, protect the transport, etc, etc. You could do that with the Battlefront, with like single-player portions, and though it wouldn't be anything, you know, revolutionary new, it will be fun enough to where it can you know,
Help me with those fighters. Hang on,
provide some
I'm
enjoyment
coming.
for a few hours. Where? There you go.
Nice shot.
I will-
More to go.
I will not be using the targeting computer because the
shot,
targeting
Luke.
computer
One more to
screws
go.
up in the emulator. Here we go, baby. This is it. Freaking climax.
Biggs, Wedge. Let's close it up.
Who died?
Right with you, Luke. We'll stay back far
Okay.
enough to cover you.
As foils are in speed mode. Okay. It's just so cool. And actually, well, I would say one good thing about Rebel Strike, the third Rogue Squadron, is that they have a mode where you can play all the levels from Rogue Squadron 2 in split-screen co-op, which is a neat little thing. Again, this game is
I'm hit. I can't stay
such a
with you.
blast to play. And what I realized too is that there's a lot of fictional battles in
Hurry up, Luke.
in Rebel Strike, and they're kind of weak, story-wise and just setting-wise. And I realized that what we Star Wars fans kind of want is, you know, with the new technology of the next generation consoles, just give us the battles that we know and love from the movies. You don't have to make an interesting story because we all know the story. We've seen the movies multiple times. And there I go.
The force is strong with this one.
I know, Darth. Oh god.
Use the Force, Luke.
Yes, Obi-Wan. I will. Just hold on. Hands are a little bit sweaty.
His computer's off. Luke, you switched off your targeting computer. What's wrong?
Nothing. I'm all right. You're all clear, kid. Now let's blow this thing and go home.
Alright. Here we go. Locking ass foes in attack position. Yeah, baby! That's what I'm talking about. Freaking love it. Ha ha ha. That's all fine. I'm not doing it for the score. Like, I would love to see another Rogue Squadron and have the exact same battles as in the movie, but now with, you know, technology of Xbox One, PlayStation 4, that would be amazing. I mean, again, like, this game is 13 years old and still looks great. The details on the ships and stuff is amazing. You have to realize that the jump from Nintendo 64 to GameCube was very revolutionary because we had, you know, volumetric lighting, or dynamic lighting, dynamic shadows, higher resolution textures.
Red Leader here. Sensors don't show any sign of the second convoy. Looks like they ran into trouble.
This is the frigate Redemption. We'll have to get through this debris before we can make the jump back into hyperspace.
Yes, ma'am.
Luke, enemy fighters approaching from all directions. We're surrounded. I copy, Wedge. We've got to blast our way through. Go after those ties. You got it, Luke.
This game actually features the real voice of the actor who plays Wedge Antilles.
The transports are drawing heavy fire.
I know, I'm on it.
They're all over us!
I know, shut up!
Waiting your orders, Luke.
Hold on, hold on, hold on.
Engage those fighters. You got it, Luke.
You can actually get the original
More ties incoming.
Rogue
We need
Squadron
something faster than these
on
X-Wings.
GOG.com.
Luke, what about those modified stunt fighters? Good thinking, Wedge. Let's give those A-Wings a try. Dock with the frigate and switch craft. You got it, Luke. I'm docking with the frigate.
A big thing that was also, of course, was that you had a lot of ships, a lot of unlocks in this game. That was already something that they had in Rogue Squadron 1, but here you could for the first time fly in B-Wings and that sort of stuff. Though I believe in Rogue Squadron 1 they had something called the V-Wing. Oh, it just feels so good, this game. You can just... Oh, I think we just lost a transport.
We've lost a transport.
On it.
We could use more support over here! Waiting your orders. Go after those ties. I'm on it. We're getting hit hard!
Oh my god, come on. Here we go. Actually not doing such a bad job, to be honest. I'm killing them at a fairly high rate, to be honest. Oh, Jesus.
No more enemies on sensors.
Sweet.
Good job, guys.
We're almost out of this mess. If we can just make it through this nebula, we're all clear.
Yeah, this sucks because you need the computer.
I've got a bad feeling
for this.
about this. We're entering the nebula. Keep your eyes peeled.
My
Turn on your targeting computers to identify enemy targets.
Nope.
Pulling up my targeting computer. Enemy fighters approaching from the nebula.
Gonna have to use my radar. Look, this is Wedge's squad. I think.
Waiting your orders, Luke. Go after those ties.
Or actually, might not
got
be
it, Luke.
because he was the one that changed before. Oh god. Oh, interceptors. Jesus. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. God, I cannot wait for all the air battles in the new movie.
Hit hard!
Got you now.
We fought him off.
Sweet.
We're leaving the nebula. Good job, Red Squadron.
Thank you, ma'am. Awesome. Ha! Battle of
A
Hoth.
fleet of Imperial Star...
Just the slight thing, I tested this out. The sky looks a little bit weird with the emulator, but it shouldn't be too big of a problem.
Rogue leader.